Hello, 627. Good morning. Welcome back. I'm sure you all know it was a rough night last night. The National Guard moved in as demonstrators protested the grand jury decision not to indict Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson, and the National Guard troops were called in by the governor of Missouri.
Right, and we have Danielle Nottingham. She's live right now in Ferguson, Missouri. Danielle, can you tell us what the latest is this morning?
This morning, after all of those hours, after those chaotic protests, crews are still working to put out a handful of fires here in Ferguson. There's also some demonstrations outside of Ferguson, peaceful demonstrations this morning. But again, law enforcement still in this area, a heavy presence as they continue to try to put out all of those structure fires that you saw in those scenes last night.
Thing I've been very confused about even before this grand jury verdict came in. Why would they announce it at night, which would seem to be the prime time for riots? I mean, they knew whatever they said was going to be very controversial and maybe attract violence. Any reason you heard, Danielle, as to why they did this at night?
Yeah, that question was asked a couple of times yesterday during some news conferences, one with the governor, the other with law enforcement last night, and they said it wasn't up to them. It was the prosecutor's office that decided what time to hold that news conference to announce the decision of the grand jury's decision. It's baffled a lot of people in the community. They felt that if it happened earlier in the day, at least police could get an upper hand with daylight on some of these demonstrations. So that's a great question that no one has a good answer to just yet.
Now, Danielle, last night when you were out there, were you able to speak to any of the protesters yourself?
Yes, and they were very upset about what they saw going on. You know, here in Ferguson, it's a small community, and a lot of the protesters are upset because for the most part, people are protesting peacefully. They say it's people from the outside that come in and agitate the situations. But last night, we also saw people from this community participating in some of the violence and the looting that we saw. So police say it's on them too. So it was very disappointing for people to see that this is their community. They have to come back and live here after we all go.
And now where you are, it seems quite peaceful, but you did tell us during commercial break there are some demonstrations, not violent ones, I understand, that are going on right now nearby Ferguson, huh?
Yeah, the protesters, the demonstrators here, they're very well connected through social media. They speak a lot.